Hey guys, and welcome. I am in my hotel room in Asheville, North Carolina, and I thought I would show you what I pack in the realm of knitting, sewing, and essential oils. The light's kind of weird in here. It's a hotel room. But I am here for a 2-day conference for local yarn shop owners I'm gonna teach part of a session on Monday, and then all of Sunday and the rest of Monday I'm actually doing one-on-one sessions with the yarn shop owners to help them with their marketing plans. And Gwen Bortner is teaching like 6 systems and how to run a shop. She's doing that while I'm doing the one-on-ones. And yeah, so I am here in my hotel. Something to keep in mind, Asheville is only like 45 minutes from my house, so it's not like I went far. And I came today so that I could have lunch with a Starship captain and get my hair cut, which I just got done. It feels kind of weird, that's why I keep touching it. And then have dinner with the organizer and Gwen, and then spend the night, get up tomorrow, do one-on-ones all day, spend the night, get up Monday, teach, and then do more one-on-ones. So I'm really not here for long. I really don't have a lot of time to craft, so I kind of thought it's ridiculous how much stuff I packed in the realm of I packed super few clothes, like PJs, my outfits, that's it. But a lot of essential oils, knitting projects and sewing projects, and I was unpacking my suitcase when I get to the hotel, which I always do if I'm going to stay more than one night. So I thought I would show you what I packed. Okay, you can, if you're watching live, you can comment, say hi, let me know you're here. If you're watching the YouTube video later, just like tell me what you pack. I would love to know. Okay, so I took out my book and my laptop from my purse. Let's start with projects. So here is a project bag from Stolen Minutes, a gift from Stolen Minutes. I absolutely love it. This is the size of it. And oh crap, I didn't think about unzipping with one hand. Okay, teeth for the win. This is my Find Your Fade shawl. You can see I was kind of surprised it fit in this bag, which is a perfect size for socks. Again, go to Stolen Minutes and get it. I love her. And in it is my Find Your Fade shawl. This is my purse knitting, because it's garter stitch. Really, you only every other row do a decrease. I'm not doing the lacy sections. So this is, hey, thanks for the love, whoever gave me thumbs up. Hi, Grace. So this is my purse knitting. It's my giant purse. I got it to be so giant to go to the UK, and then just end up using it all the time because it fits my laptop. This is my Kindle, my little bag, and my wallet, and my keychain full of essential oil samples, which I'll show you in a minute. But first we'll do projects. So this is my all the time sitting knitting. I can do this while I do one-on-ones if I'm not busy looking at their Instagram and giving them feedback of this. Then in my suitcase I have this project bag made by my awesome friend Misty. I'm gonna have to use my teeth again. And in this bag, let's bring it over here where the lighting is better, there is my Spring Fever shawl, which is just a giant bunch of stocking net in rainbow stripe colors. You know me, my rainbow stripage. So it's gray, pink, orange, yellow, green, blue, and then when I get to the end of the blue, which is just 20 rows of each, I'm going to go, I believe, to the dark gray, and then back again to the pink. This awesome blue is by Jenny of All About Yarn. I love her. And this pink is by, this is actually the Starship Biz colorway, so a custom colorway made for my community, and this is by Lindsay of Downtown Dye Works. Thank you, Grace, I appreciate it. So I said that this was my talking knitting. Actually, this is even more of talking knitting. I paid no attention except for how many rows I'm on. You can see I knit in the movie theater. This is really movie theater knitting, and so there's a weird place where I dropped a stitch and picked it up later. I don't worry about it though. I'm pretty low-key with my knitting. This isn't my purse knitting though, because it's kind of heavy now. It's quite big, and yeah, but I do believe, like, when I go to dinner tonight, when I sit around and talk to the yarn shop owners, this will be what I'm knitting. And I'll just bring the color that I'm working on, and then, you know, add the second color when I come back to my hotel room. Hey, Liz Pearson. Welcome. Yeah, so that's that. Next up, my sewing projects. which are here in these containers. This has my thread, my needle, and my little piece of felt, or batting is what that is, my pieces that I'm working on. You can see I'm putting together diamonds into a star for the center, and then this are the next pieces. So what I do with this project, this is La Pasagalia, and it has tiny little pieces that I cut the fabric for, glue base them on, and then put together like what is going to go in each rosette, and then I store them in this, like a little $1 thing I found at Michael's. And then this has actually my sewing supplies. So when I'm going on a longer trip, I'll take a couple rosettes in these and have my sewing stuff in there. And this is like a box I got from a scrapbook kit years ago. It's what's the word? Magnetized, this flap. So whenever I lose needles, they like stick to the magnet part, which is great. Okay, also my thread heaven, super useful in making the thread not tangle. Okay, so this again is for just 2 days. Because like heaven forbid I run out of projects. So next up are the oils I packed. Now I mostly have my oils in my purse, but I also have, let me show you in my suitcase, deep blue rub. Because Asheville has a lot of hills, and I'll be standing and walking. If I get sore, like right now my upper back is kind of sore from leaning over a table, talking over lunch for a long time, rub this on, feel very good. This is deep blue in like a lotion format, love it. And then my deodorant is from doTERRA, all natural essential oil. I'm just got this and I'm really, really loving it. And then the other thing I already took out of my bag is the fractionated coconut oil, so that when I want to rub some oils on my feet or my legs or whatever, I can dilute them in this. And it's feeling kind of light. I think I need to order another one. But for the actual oils, let's see. In my purse, I have this, which is attached to my wallet. So often when I want to go out, I don't always carry this purse. If I'm just like running to the store, I just grab my wallet, and the keychain is always attached. And the keychain has, ooh, one-handed unzipping. Okay, so Motivate, my most favorite blend ever, Serenity, Breathe, Lavender, Lemon, Wild Orange. Now I don't use these as much myself. I have them though to give to people when they need them. So like somebody super stressed out, actually I just was talking to Jay's cousin who did my nails, and she was super stressed out, so a little vial of Serenity. These are super tiny dram bottles that fit in here. Right, so I was like, oh, you're super stressed, you know what, rub some of this on your feet, or sniff it when you're feeling stressed. The same thing with lavender, and then if I need to focus, there's Wild Orange and Motivate. So I always have those with me whenever I have my wallet with me. And then I have this bag that my mom made me. Let's go over here, a clean part of the bed that I haven't stacked up projects on. This was a gift from Molly Dayton, and then this bag was a gift from my mom. It's her hand-painted canvas, and she makes them in her Etsy shop. I'll put a link below the video. Oh, one-handed unzipping. Oh, it's got some of my favorite fabric on the inside. And it's also got this nice little tabby thing. You can like put a carabiner and attach it to the inside of your purse if you want to. Or, I'm gonna sit down here. Ugh. So this is like my overnight bag. I pretty much actually keep this in my purse all the time, but with fewer oils in it. But before going overnight, I stocked it up with oils of what I might want and or need. So first step, lemon. I'm gonna put this in my water each morning. Helps me keep from having a sore throat, which is especially important when I'm teaching all day long and having conversations for 9 hours straight. Then we've got deep blue rub, which I rub on the back of my neck when I get tense. I find it's much less like obvious than the whole bottle of lotion. So I kind of keep these two, well, this is always in my bag with me for any kind of soreness, pain, anything. And then we have this because it is that time of the month, and so I've been rubbing this on my cramps. Super, super helpful. Also the back of my neck when I have like some period-induced nausea. because I've had a headache the past couple days. So this on my temples or the back of my neck, diluted in that coconut oil. And let's see what else we have in here. Clarity Calm is amazing, Liz. Frankincense. So I've recently become completely addicted to frankincense. It's very grounding and calming. I put it a little on my forehead or even the top of my head before I fall asleep, and it's amazing. Also on the soles of my feet, mixed in with something else I'll show you in a minute. Okay. And lavender. So I mentioned on the recent webinar I did that I don't use lavender so much on its own, but I love lavender and frankincense together on the bottom of my feet. So I'm about to, in just a minute, go meet the conference organizer and the other teacher for dinner, and I will rub this on my feet before I go. Grounding, calming, just helps me tap back in to myself. Hey Leanne, welcome. And then, try adding frank to the roof of your mouth for headaches, Liz said. I have not tried that. You know where I have been using frankincense, though, is any weird skin stuff. So, I don't know, bug bites and such, or just, weird spots on my skin. It's just how you know you're getting older, I think, is when you're like, what is that happening? The other thing is that, my mind just went blank. I haven't tried it for headaches. I need to try it for headaches. Leanne, I'm actually in Asheville. So if you're watching this video later, you might not be able to see the chat. Leanne just asked if I'm heading to Ashland. I'm in Asheville, and I'm showing the oils that I packed for the 2-day trip. I'm actually teaching a whole bunch of yarn shop owners businessy stuff. So wild orange, I'll either put it in my water because I get sick of lemon water, or I will sniff it. I love it. It makes me happy. Also, these three together, lavender, wild orange, and frankincense, are just an awesome all-around rub to make me feel good and calm and grounded. So then next up, my favorite, Motivate. I always have this with me. I have it on my diffuser bracelet right now, which is lava beads that kind of hold on to the scent. This I'll put on before I speak. I've made a little kind of anchor where I put on Motivate before I speak or do podcasts or do webinars before I stand up in front of the group. I put it on my pulse points, on my wrists, and then I put it kind of on my chest, and it's gets me ready to talk. So, and that's the thing about these oils, is that they have their own impact on your brain and your memories, but you can also create anchoring points where you always use a oil to get yourself in a particular mood or a particular space, and doing it every time then gets you in the right frame of mind. So for me, public speaking, now Motivate, I'm not at all nervous to public speak, not after all this time, but it energizes me, right? It gets me awake, it gets me going, especially because I'm teaching at 9 a.m. and that's a little early for me to get started, so that gets me going. And that is what was in my bag. Oh, I got one more. I knew I did. Digestion. Okay, my tummy's been upset, and when I travel and I eat, at restaurants a lot, having this, super helpful. Rub it on or take it internally. And then the one that's not here, because it's in my purse floating around, is, I just realized there are two. What is On Guard? Let's see if we can find that. I think it's in my makeup bag. Okay. Balance to go to bed. I use this actually as a nighttime on my feet, and I know you're in here. This is my makeup bag, guys. Super fancy. It's not there. Where did I put it? Okay, well I definitely brought On Guard. I'm just not finding it. Here we go. Huh. I just realized I have a deep blue rub in my purse that's been in my purse for a while, and a deep blue rub in the bag that lives in my purse. So obviously I'm very serious about this. Oh, and then the last one is Purify. It's a little bottle I made up of diluted Purify because sometimes hotel rooms have weird smells that put me off. And I actually have a little car diffuser that's really just like a little cotton pad inside of a thing that hangs in your car. And I use Purify in my car all the time because it tends to smell like dog if I don't. And so I brought this for the hotel room. I did not bring a diffuser, but I want to get one of those little like travel diffusers. That's all my goal. The bag is made by my mom. Her Etsy shop is Bluebird Legacy. She doesn't have these in her shop because I asked her to make these specifically as gifts for my team as they rank in Vance, but she is willing to make custom ones. So she has a custom listing in their Etsy shop. And it's Bluebird Legacy. I guess it's etsy.com/shop/Bluebird Legacy. And she puts a little so that it holds your bottles. Isn't that great? I love it. So those are the oils I bring for a 2-day trip. And the sewing and the knitting. What is this? Oh, another deep blue. Yeah, okay. So clearly, you know, and the lotion. So that's what I packed. Now I'm going to unpack my clothes, which actually probably take up less room than my crafting. And if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments below. I can link up absolutely anything. If you don't yet have oils, I will link up the webinar where I talk more about how I actually use these oils and how you can use them topically and aromatically and how to get them for wholesale prices. But thanks so much for joining me, guys. Thanks for those of you who are watching live. And I will answer all your questions in the comments. Have a great, great day.